We watched Rueben Owens II after the Mississippi State game on this channel a couple weeks ago. He actually responded in the comments on one of the TikToks that I made. He just sent the 100 emoji, so I guess he's agreeing with my takes. But we're going to take a look at what he did against Arkansas. You might be kind of like, well, why does he get a video, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns, pretty good performance. Not like explosive, we just did Jeremiah Love 250 yards. Well, let's try to be consistent with some of these players. I like seeing how the seasons kind of turn out, and I think you learn just as much from the middle of the pack games as you do from the ones where they go crazy. You kind of see how they handle adversity, but, Rueben Owens, still a very effective performance against Arkansas. And the thing I really like about Rueben Owens II, the athleticism, of course, we always talk about the athleticism, this being a recruiting channel, the change of direction, the explosiveness, that kind of stuff, but he's just, everything happens downhill. A lot of times you talk about these east-west type players and they kind of get too caught up in trying to juke people out and all of a sudden they get tackled in the backfield. Rueben Owens just understands to just put his foot in the ground and get uphill. He has that in his back pocket. He has the left right in his back pocket, but in his head, the first thing he's got to do is get upfield, and he does a really good job of that. And one thing that's really interesting to me is, you take a look at him, the height, weight, 5'11", 215. He's really solid built. And then he has that east-west. He's a really good short yardage back as well. They're using him on a lot of these 4th and 1, 3rd and short situations. This was a 4th and 1, I believe. And, he gets it just because of that tendency that we just talked about, just putting the foot in the field, putting the foot in the ground, get upfield. He even had a 4th and goal, like really short, 3rd and goal, I think it was, 2nd and goal maybe. I thought he got in. The referee disagreed. He was really close, but throughout this season, we watched the Mississippi State game. They use him in that capacity as well. Just does a good job, especially on those situations, understanding I don't need to try to make a highlight reel right now. I gotta turn the chains over, and then I can make a highlight reel because I have 4 more downs to do it. But yeah, it's a nice little, like that first move, that first cut happened so easily, and then we saw last week again against Mississippi State 2 weeks ago. Just he can string those together as well, but everything's uphill with Rueben Owens II, and he's really explosive through the hole as well. That's how he got these 2 touchdowns, was just the Red Sea parted, and you got to have somebody to lead you through there, and Rueben Owens been doing a really good job of that in 2025. So this wheel route, this is really interesting. I wonder how this was drawn up, how Collin Klein taught this, because I think if Marcel Reed waits on this one, we're going to be talking about this being a touchdown for Rueben Owens, because you think about a linebacker covering. When you got to tackle, you only have to cover him for a half second. You just have to do enough to tackle him, right? When you have to cover a guy like Rueben Owens downfield and you kind of let that wheel route develop, number 10's not sticking with him. I don't think the safety was getting there either. So I'm curious how that's taught, because I think if Marcel Reed waited, that's a touchdown, but still first down. Again, it was 3rd and short, situational awareness. Marcel Reed just needs to get the chains turned over. I get it. And then this was his 2nd touchdown of the game. Again, it's just 1 foot in the ground, get upfield. Not getting too cute, not trying to juke back number 10, not trying to break his ankles. You don't got to break his ankles when the end zone's 5 yards away. I think Rueben Owens does a really good job of that. But you guys let me know what you think about him, either in the comments or check out we-draft.com. Got a 3rd round grade on him right now. Only a redshirt sophomore. He's got 2 more years of eligibility after this season. He's not a guy that has to be in the draft of 2026, and I think we'd really like him with another year of film. When Le'Veon Moss comes back, we're going to maybe see him not phased out, but we won't see as much Rueben Owens II. So I think in 2026, next year, we're going to really talk about Rueben Owens II being one of the best running backs in the country if he decides to come back to A&M. But you guys let me know. Thanks for watching.